The work that we do, especially in the middle of a pandemic, is especially crucial. There's been a lot of individuals, specifically on my caseload, where they're not understanding why they can't go out into the community. They're not understanding why they can't go back to work. And it's hard for them because they depend on that schedule to maintain some sort of stability for them in their life. And the fact that they're not having that, they feel very isolated, being stuck at home. So maintaining those connections, like the daily phone calls that we have to do to them, or weekly now, but just to make sure that they're okay, has been really crucial.
Our work is important because we help people feel like somebody cares about all the awful things that they're going through and that they have to deal with, without judgment and without blaming, and having some compassion and empathy for what they're going through. Keeping them connected, especially during COVID, so that they know that what they're thinking and feeling is not abnormal, and not something they should be ashamed of or afraid of. That we're all in this together and we'll get through it together, and we're here to support them any way that we can.
I've been working for Voc for 13 years, and this is the beginning of my 14th. And I've seen a lot of different things over the years, the behaviors up and down. But things are definitely really different, I would say interesting, with the coronavirus happening. And I've seen a lot of differences with anxieties and maybe depression.
Imagine kind of how we're living day to day with the pandemic and kind of all of the challenges of the world. And then adding on having a child who's experienced severe abuse or neglect, and that they might have behaviors that are really disruptive to your family, or disruptive in school, and then thinking about the challenge that is remote learning for the majority of our parents, and adding on top of that you've got a child who can't focus, who won't follow directions, who is maybe experiencing a fair amount of anxiety themselves. So this work is essential, and it's going to continue to be essential because the pandemic is just another weight added to these parents. It's not the only one. It's just additional weight for them.
As a substance abuse treatment provider, I would say it's essential, pandemic or no pandemic, to help people find the best versions of themselves that is not their addiction, remembering who they are, seeing their capabilities that they've masked through their use, finding the best version of themselves, being able to live in that life of recovery. With the pandemic, it has become much more essential, with the increase of substance use, trying to, as a means of coping for, the stressors that have come from the increased isolation, being able to be that support and that treatment provider, providing, being that person that maybe can help them find that hope through all of these mass kind of changes that the world is going through. It's huge.
The work that I do and my coworkers do is just so essential because my program was started with the idea and the research that when you help kids when they're very young, because I work with kids that are 7 and under, you can affect more change throughout their entire lives. So by helping parents get the parenting skills that they need, helping the kids learn coping skills early on, learn about their feelings, process early traumas, that can have positive ripples through the rest of their lives.